This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperwise. What up? Is it working?
I think it's working.
I think so too.
We're live, episode 66. If you
Yeah, buddy.
So for those of you who don't know, we have a podcast because I just shared this to our band's page.
Yeah.
So check it out. It's called KoperCrabb Podcast. Go subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do for a podcast.
Yeah, we also put a link for merchandising if anybody wants to support.
The podcast comes out every Wednesday. So, but we decided, usually we shoot them on Sundays, so we decided to go live today.
Yeah, and we had quite a bit of speed bumps. That's why it's 8:30. I think we started setting up at like 6:30.
We did, and we had to go to Best Buy to get new cables because we shoot this with our phones.
Yeah.
And Naveen's phone went out, so we had to rush to Best Buy, buy cables. Best Buy was closed, so we went to Target.
Went to Target. And sort of like a running joke of mine on the show is how janky it is.
Totally.
And this was right there. But I was pretty proud of myself. I didn't get too frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
Didn't start going crazy, yelling at anybody, kicking cats.
Kicking cats out of the way. Actually, our cat he was messing with me.
I would never do that, by the way. I'm a very friendly to cats and all animals. I love animals.
Just in case you didn't know that was a joke. Naveen is very kind to animals.
Maybe they're like, hey, this guy is crazy. He's kicking animals, punching lizards. What was it?
Dun punching lizards. Peaceful lions punching lizards. Every line is punching lizards. I don't know if you guys remember
this viral video of this dude like making fun of Tool, basically. And just like he made up a Tool song. And it was the funniest thing ever. And I'm not like a huge Tool fan, but I got it
Tool
for sure.
I love Tool.
Jenny, you love Tool?
I love all things Maynard. I like all of Maynard's bands.
Have you been listening to anything like that lately?
I haven't really been listening to anything like that. I've been listening to King Woman a lot.
Okay, what's that all about?
King Woman is I don't really know what to call it. It's like, the type of music that I like, rock.
I call it sad girl music. That's probably not like the real, probably not the official term.
It's just really good. So King Woman is about to put out a new album called Celestial Blues, and I've been listening to the singles off of that record. And We're going to see her for Halloween, or the band. It's a band.
I do. Yeah, you just blew it, dude.
I just totally blew it.
That's like that's like No Doubt, dude.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I'm going to see No Doubt.
Like
her.
Going to see her.
I can't wait to see her.
Or when people would call like Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn, yeah.
But that's not how it goes.
Or
but everybody does kind of call him Marilyn Manson. Right?
Yeah. I don't.
Well,
you know how when there are bands where the name kind of seems like the name of the band seems like a person's name, so you just kind of assume that the lead singer's name is that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what.
Like people think that your name is Entheos now.
Yeah. I get called, hey, so, Entheos.
I was going to say, before we do have some new shirts up. This is one of the slick designs on the Entheos merch page. Merch store. That's what it's called.
Entheos merch store.
So yeah, but anyway, so you've been listening to King Woman. Last week we actually left on like a cliffhanger. So we wanted to talk about what we had been listening to.
Wait, I know what you
wanted. But
we
didn't really get to it.
I know what you wanted. Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, I know what you were bridging into.
And then we needed to talk about how we almost died. So there's that as well. We almost got killed. Not joking.
No.
Not joking. Sounds like
it actually it wasn't a joke at all.
It sounds like I'm going to say some, like, we ate so much pizza that we almost died, but we almost died.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
That actually did happen, but it does link back to what you've been listening to lately.
Yeah. So I guess let's just get through what we've been listening to. Everybody's probably dying to hear the We Almost Died story. So since we left them on a cliffhanger last week and everything, and now all of our live guests are probably wanting to hear about it.
What happened?
So I've been listening to this band Gulch. They're like a hardcore band, kind of punk-ish, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And they were playing like a random, like kind of a DIY show up in Oakland. And for those of you who
not kind of.
Yeah,
fully
a DIY
show.
And it was supposed to be at a skate park. And we live like in Santa Cruz, which is like about an hour and a half away from Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, fuck it, let's drive up. Let's go check it out. Had some friends that were going. So we go up, and then our friend who kind of was more in the know than us was like, oh, it's not happening at that skate park. It's actually moved to underneath. Well, we didn't really know this, but it was moved to a different place.
We just got an address about an hour before the show, and it was like, it's moved to this new place. So we put the address into Google Maps, and we followed. And
I was like, okay, that's going to be pretty crazy, right? We get there. It's, first of all, it's like in a Mad Max style situation. There's like burned cars. I mean, it's like if they made a movie and they were like, oh yeah, the people, the characters in the show are going to like go to a punk show, right? You'd be like, come on, that doesn't happen, right? It was underneath of a freeway. It was, there was burned out cars. There was like 2,000 people there.
Well, what it was
it
was a homeless encampment, and there were, no joke, 2,000 people there.
Yeah.
And it was just trash and ripped up like couches and
rubble,
burnt cars everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, and so there's this. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna estimate 2,000 people were there.
I agree with you.
And this was like at dusk. The sun was kind of going down, and I was like, "Damn, this is insane." There was nowhere to park, so we parked like a few blocks away. And it was kind of in like an industrial area to begin with, and then you walk across. You go over like wrong side of the tracks underneath of an overpass, and this is a major overpass. I mean, we're talking like, for those of you who are from the Bay Area, it's right like in Emeryville where there's like an IKEA, and then there's a bunch of freeways that connect. One of them goes over the Bay Bridge, one of them goes 80, interstate. This is a major thing we're talking about, and there's a huge overpass, and there's a bunch of people down there. They got, I mean, it was pretty cool, to be honest with you.
It was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I need to mute this. It's the fault of going live. But
TDs.
It was an incredible.
I was like, how
scenario.
is this happening?
Yeah.
So it's like they got like some DIY bars and shit like that. People are drinking. People are also doing all sorts of drugs, which kind of bummed me out. Everybody's doing like whippets, right? I've never done it. I've just seen people do it. It seems like it's real popular these days.
It really does seem like it's really popular these days.
People are carting around just
maybe just the places we go.
I saw this one dude almost fall on his face. His girlfriend had to catch him.
Yeah, it's actually really sad to watch if you don't participate in it, because you can see brain cells being killed before your very eyes.
So I'm like, okay, damn, this is pretty crazy. Then sun starts going down, right? This is right before 4th of July, so everybody's like, oh, I got a good idea. We start shooting off fireworks. And I'm not talking about like little fucking sparklers and shit. I mean, these guys had like full on fireworks. It was like it was crazy.
Dude, it was like they had crossed state lines, because fireworks are illegal in California, right?
Yeah.
So it was as if they had crossed state lines, and they got like the sickest underground fireworks. I don't know where they buy fireworks in California, but in Iowa, that's what we do, because fireworks are legal in Missouri. So, and they're not in Iowa. So you'll drive from Des Moines to like the border of Missouri and get the sickest fireworks that are like an actual fireworks show.
Yeah,
and that's what these people had. That's what these people had. It was a full-blown fireworks show.
And then, but they were shooting them like up, and it would hit the top of the overpass and then bounce back down. And honestly, that didn't even really bug me that much. I was like, okay, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy.
It started to bug me because they were doing it so much that like it was shooting into the crowd and I was afraid that we might get hit. And I did kind of mention like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Jane was like, I don't know about this. And I was like, I don't know. Let's just kind of chill for a little while longer, right? But deep down, I'm like, we should probably leave too. Because mind you, we're both stone cold sober. We're just like checking it out. I mean, we literally had no idea what it was going to be like. I've never even been to a show like I've been to some DIY shows in my day, but nothing on this scale, right? So then people lit off like, I don't know what it was. It was sonic boom. It was so loud underneath the freeway, right? Not like a bottle rocket type thing. It was a boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck, this is crazy, man. Okay, so we're chilling a little bit longer. How long would you say we were there total? An hour? 2 hours?
Probably an hour and a half. We watched 3 bands.
So we watched these. They're playing short sets, like punk bands.
Really
and stuff.
short sets.
And they have a box truck, right, pulled up with the drums and stuff in it, and then they have a trailer with no roof on it in front of that for like the stage. And it's pretty cool. People are like going crazy, fucking moshing and shit. And I was like, this is pretty sick, I'm not really into all the rampant drug use and stuff. It was kind of sketching me out. But anyway, I'm like, okay, this is kind of sick. So we're like, let's go up to, we're like stage left, right?
Wait, did you explain what the stage was though?
Yeah, I did. I just explained what it was.
So we're stage left from the U-Haul stage.
Yeah. So we're like stage left. We go up. We're like, all right, we're kind of checking it out. And just me and Cheney, we said hi to some friends and stuff. And then we're like, all right, let's go check it out. So we're pretty close, but we're off to the side, right? Cheney's like, hey, this is getting kind of crazy. We should probably get out of here. Now, where we are is fenced in because there's like under the freeway fence that's kind of like janky fence. And then beyond that, there's like a real fence. And then beyond that is about maybe like a 50-yard field, and then it's the sidewalk, right? So we're kind of like trapped in here.
Wait, 50-yard field, and then it's train tracks, and then it's the sidewalk.
Yeah, so it's no. I'm saying it was. Sorry, let me back that up. You've got fence that's kind of like
the janky
chain link,
fence.
and it's kind of whatever. It's a little weird. Then there's train tracks.
Yeah.
Then there's another fence. Then there's like a 50-yard field.
Right.
And then there's. So things are getting wild. We're like, all right, this is getting a little crazy. Cheney's kind of spidey sense is tickling like, hey, maybe we should get out of here.
Sketched.
Okay, then I see from the side of the box truck, right? Headlights. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, this is bad. Someone's driving not very fast, but erratic. It's weird. They're swerving around. And I'm like, yo, Cheney, we need to get the fuck out of here right now. I was like, I do not like what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Cheney's wearing boots with heels, right? That's a whole nother thing. So she can't run. So I'm like, let's go. And I start like pulling her, right? She gets in front of me and she starts going over this little bit of fence, right? Now, as that's happening, I turn around and this guy's like driving through the crowd. So I'm thinking
he was driving at people.
So I'm thinking, okay, people are being run over right now. This is like a really bad situation. Right? And as that's happening, the driver gets out of the window with a gun, starts firing a gun off and pointing it at people.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking, okay, now we're at a massacre and this is really fucking bad.
Yeah, I mean, the whole crowd, everyone surrounding us ducked. And then we were like trying to climb over the first fence.
Yeah.
And then as this was happening, we ran toward the train tracks and we had to like run over the train tracks. And Naveen was like kind of pulling my hand to run. And it was because he's way taller than I am. He's running way faster than I am. So it's kind of pulling me like off of my feet. And I'm fearing that I'm not going to be able to make it over the train tracks. And at this point, we don't know what's going on. Like everyone around us is running out of the event. It's terrifying.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm in a news story right now.
Yeah.
Like it's not, when that's actually happening, it's a totally different thing than when you see it on the news or you see it in hindsight. You're like, okay, it's happening. We're in a fucking shooting. We're in this is fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't have the feeling like we were going to die. I was like, we're not going to die, but motherfuckers are getting killed right now.
Yeah.
And so what sketched me out was we made it beyond the little fence, and now we're dealing with this big fence.
Right.
But the only way to get through it is to walk all the way back from where we came. And that's where there was a little opening. Now, at that point, I had seen that the dude in the car already cleared his way all the way back. And he was kind of waiting at that point where the exit was. Let's call it an exit. So I was like, shit. I held out. I was like, hold on, Jenny. Because I was like, if we go over there, is he shooting people that are exiting? You know?
Right.
Like, we don't know. And mind you, at the same time, there's insane fireworks going on the whole entire time.
Well, that's why half of the crowd didn't realize that there was someone shooting at us, because there were so many fireworks going off all around us that it was hard to differentiate between gunshots and fireworks.
So I would argue that most people there didn't know what happened.
That's very true.
This guy basically cut off like a little sliver of crowd.
Yeah.
And that's who was getting the gun pointed at him, and he was shooting at the ground. So I don't know what's going on. As soon as I hear a gunshot, I'm like, we're getting the fuck out. Look,
yeah.
I'm seeing this guy shooting. I'm seeing the fire coming out of the gun. I'm like, okay, this is holy shit. He could have just killed someone. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, honestly, at first I saw so I thought it was a van. That's how quickly I turned around. But I saw what I found out was an SUV barreling through the crowd from my right, and I turned around when that happened. So I didn't realize that he had shot until we made it further out and we were understanding what other people were saying, and you were telling me that, because I just thought it was fireworks at first. Yeah. And that's what made the entire crowd duck down.
Yeah, well, so the entire crowd didn't duck down though.
Yeah, but it seemed like from my vantage point, it seemed like the entire crowd had ducked down.
Exactly.
Until we got out to the road, I felt as if the entire crowd was running out with us, or like everyone should be alerted of what's happening. Yeah,
so we straight up thought like, okay, this guy's, doing donuts in the crowd and shooting everybody. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
So I see him over there at the exit, and I'm like, I didn't say to Cheney like, this guy's got a gun, he's fucking, I didn't want to freak everyone out and have a serious panic. So I'm like, all right, Cheney, let's get the fuck out of here, right? And then I'm like, I'm looking over at the exit. I'm not seeing the guy doing anything weird. We make it for the exit. We get the fuck out of there, right? So then a lot of people, everybody that was in our sliver of crowd, so anybody who was on the passenger side of the car had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, no. And that was where the stage was.
Exactly. So he basically cut a little sliver off. They could see what was going on. We were included in that. We all ducked. We all got the fuck out. Everybody's talking about it on the way out. We actually saw a girl who was like in tears.
Oh, she was hysterical.
So
she was hysterically crying and running next to us, and she was saying something about her friend and being shot. So all that I could think the rest of the night, until I eventually saw the footage of what had happened and realized that her friend was probably okay. Yeah. All that I thought was that her friend had been murdered, or something horrible happened.
So
we were literally running out of the event, and we were in the streets, and I was so mortified that I thought I could only imagine that SUV was going to come barreling down one of the streets and like keep shooting at people.
Yeah, or someone else. Like, hey, I'll go in there and rouse them and get them out, and then another guy comes and starts. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't know, and we were frantically telling people, do not go in there. Yeah. There is a shooter in there, active.
Here's the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist, right? We're getting the fuck out of there. We get it back to the car. I'm like, let's get out of here. Holy shit. I'm driving like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened? Like, and I started to feel a little bit bad. Like I was like, maybe I should have went back and like, been like, hey, everybody get the fuck out of here. That type of a thing. But then we're like an hour down the road, right? Cheney's on Instagram looking at like hashtags and stuff. And the show didn't even stop. Nobody even cared.
Yeah, no one noticed.
Nobody even freaking noticed.
No one noticed. There was nothing on the news. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. No one noticed. And the next day we ended up seeing Instagram stories.
Yeah, like a
of
friend of
what had
mine who
happened.
was there was like, hey, somebody just sent me this video, and somebody had an up close video of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, the show didn't get shut down. The show happened.
Yeah.
I guess after the guy drove through, he just left.
I guess so. Well, I don't think we mentioned that we saw cops pull in and they just left.
I saw another Instagram video of a cop pulling up to the show and then just reversing out and leaving.
Oh, that's what happened. We saw a video. I'm getting mixed up what I saw in real life and what I saw in video because it was such a crazy experience.
Yeah, and a lot of people that we've told this story to, they're like, they don't seem surprised, which is even almost as disturbing as the show.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know. It is Oakland. It's like, dude, no.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think that if you saw the video, it might not be. I mean, I've showed a couple of friends the video and they were like, oh my God. But
Dude, it's crazy. Other
people were just not affected by it. It doesn't look as crazy as it was in real life, obviously, because does anything ever look, it's hard to capture on video, no matter what.
So that was right after we recovered from getting COVID.
Yeah.
So we survived COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first thing we go to, we almost get shot.
Yeah. So.
But hey, I'm glad we went. That was kind of sick.
It was. It was a really awesome show. I wish that we could have seen Gulch play.
Yeah, I really like that band a lot. So, but I'm sure they'll play again.
They're very sick.
So, yeah. So that's what we've been listening to, basically. I don't know how we're going to top that. Untoppable story.
I know.
But, so yeah, I've been listening to them. I've been listening to a lot of like hardcore type stuff.
Totally.
Like getting back in touch with my roots.
Yeah.
And then listening to some new stuff. I actually found, so last week I was trying to name this band Portrayal of Guilt.
Very sick.
Yeah, really sick band. I've been listening to them a bunch.
I've seen them. I've heard of their name for like a year now because if I'm watching an audio tree, I always get recommended the Portrayal of Guilt audio tree, and I hadn't watched it until the other night. But so I'd been hearing about it, and then you were playing it, and you were like, I think you'd be into this band.
Yeah, for real.
They're really, really good.
They're really sick. Their newer album is really good, and it is called We Are Always Alone.
They're a super slick 3-piece.
I know, power trio.
Power trio.
Which you got to respect that. That's pretty sick.
Totally. I used to be in a power trio band. Guitar, drums, vocals.
Prevail.
Mm-hmm. We should have had a bass player though.
Oh yeah, you didn't have a bass player?
No bass player. What?
That was before bands had bass tracks too.
Yeah, I know. Now bands don't have bass players, but they just use tracks in the place.
Yeah.
Duh.
Which is funny, like actually Animosity had to play a couple shows, no bass. Just because personal stuff that happened, and like Dan was with us at the time and he had to go home for some stuff. And it was like it's funny because now I'd just be like, okay, I'll put the bass track on.
Yeah. We did an entire tour with a bass track.
Yeah. Which is like, it's not cool. I mean, it's lame.
I never want to do that again.
Sucks.
I never, ever, ever want to do that again.
If you're playing like, medium to small size venues, when you have a bass track, it doesn't sound as heavy as like a dude up there playing a bass.
No.
I guess if maybe you could run it through like a cab, that'd be kind of
I was just thinking the same thing because if you don't run stuff through a cab and you just have it coming out of the front of house monitor or front of house PA, then on stage, you're not affected by that instrument. Even though we wear in-ears, you still feel the bass and hear the bass. And people who are up close to the stage never will hear that instrument. Or if they're watching from the side stage, they're never going to hear that instrument because it's just pumping out through the front. So that's also a reason I feel like my vocals are not loud for people in front a lot of the time because I wear in-ears, so we don't usually run vocals through the front monitors, but we should be doing that.
I know. I'm on this old school kick, Yeah. And it's like they don't have like synths or like tracks or and I'm just like, this is sick.
They can just like plug and play.
Yeah, they just go play a show. I'm like, that is awesome. You know, what's up with all this like complexity? You know what I'm saying? Making things so fucking complex.
Yeah.
I'm over it. You know, that's kind of like something that we've been doing with the new album. Like,
it's honestly, sorry to interrupt you, but it's kind of a stressor, the complexity, because
totally.
Though we will always take a laptop live, I'm sure, because we wear in-ears. It becomes a huge stress for Naveen specifically because...
Oh, wow. Just me.
Because Naveen is the tech guy in our band. So it's just like Naveen being stressed out all day because of the computer. And things just... they don't always work. Like we were talking about with the podcast. Technology
oh my God.
is always a little more complex than you imagine it being.
Yeah, I think we need to... Honestly, I'm thinking... I always dream about no laptop.
The laptopless age.
Let's bring it back. Like, this shit is lame.
Well,
dude.
I've been saying forever that I want to add a synth guy live to our band. See?
No.
See? No. Or guy or girl.
How about we just play like metal?
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. You know? That's where I'm fucking
play
at,
metal, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Naveen Copperweiss.
There we go. Dude, put that on a coffee mug.
Put that on a hat.
All right. Well, was there anything else we needed to cover that we left on the cliffhanger? I don't remember what we talked about.
You know, we've just been doing a lot of stuff. So we were... For those of you, if you've never listened to our podcast before, so you can see it in the description. We're on episode 66. We've shot a lot of them. We took a little break before last week, and we've been working on some stuff. I got to do a voice in a video game, which was really awesome.
And I also heard that you have an IMDb now.
I do have an IMDb official. I played, so I'm making moves.
Yeah.
But I played Jill Valentine in the new Dead by Daylight game. So if you guys play games, go pick that up. It was really awesome. And, there will be more details on the company I'm working for and everything released later this year. But
that was Cheney's.
It's really exciting.
Cheney's
and awesome.
big reveal.
Naveen's been playing drums on some stuff too.
That is true.
So
I played on the new Machine Head EP, which just came out.
Wait, it's a whole EP. I thought you just played
songs.
on one song.
No,
okay,
it's
cool.
3 songs. So that was pretty sweet. I did that not too long ago, and really fun. Did I do something else?
You were in the new BT Bam song.
There
we go.
I knew it. So yeah, also had a little guest solo.
Damn.
On the new BT Bam song, which was obviously amazing.
Yeah. Because you low-key, high-key love BT Bam.
Yeah. So that's another... I mean, we talk about BT Bam a lot on the show. And I got to say, I really do love me some BT Bam.
I heart BT Bam.
Actually, I was thinking about one day doing a BT Bam episode. No, I'm serious.
Just a whole full-blown BT Bam episode.
Yeah, like I'll just start like at the very beginning and then just work my way up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, because I've done let's see, Animosity's gone on tour with them.
Yeah.
Animals as Leaders went on tour with them. Entheos went on tour with them.
Good guys. Good guys, good song.
Known them for a long time. A lot of history there. Anyway, like them asking me to do that alongside Ken from Candiria and Mike Portnoy. Pretty crazy.
And Blake.
Obviously. Obviously Blake.
3 of the sickest drummers.
And Blake's solo is the best too, by the way. Because basically what happens is they kind of break it down into like a little gospel-y part with a cowbell, and then like each drummer takes turns.
Who's playing the cowbell part?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Mystery, untold mysteries of the universe. That's the 7th.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a sample. I would assume it's a sample. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? BT Bam was the first band that I saw that played to a click live. Makes
sense.
And we were like, oh my God, it's so fucking clean. Like, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because I was like, it just sounds amazing. Like it sounded slow. That's what I remember, because every other band would play their songs like 10 times too fast.
Yeah.
And then they just like came out and just played it exactly how it's supposed to be. And I was like, damn, it sounds so heavy, because it was the right
Just perfection.
BPM, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, I remember when they did like a stop, it would be like, da, da, and I'd be like, there wouldn't be like no feedback or anything, like string noise or anything. Like they would just do a stop, and I would be like, oh my God, dude, that's so sick.
You know what's my favorite thing about in-ears? No count-ins.
Yeah, that's
so
the
bands
thing.
just come out the gate just burning hot, and there's no like
totally. No, that's the best. Just boom. But we would still be able to do that. I'm just thinking with no laptop. Just have like a MP3 player that just plays the track.
For everyone?
Yeah.
No.
No, it would go.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, dude.
Why
We're taking
no?
a laptop. I'm going to sneak a laptop in my bag, and when the MP3 player doesn't work for our in-ears, when everyone's like, oh my God, this is the worst idea Naveen's ever had.
Okay, well, you know why
I'm going to pull out the laptop and it just have click tracks ready.
Well, the reason why we can never actually not have a laptop is because the lights are on the laptop.
Oh, the lights are on the laptop.
So.
We're very laptop reliant.
God damn it, dude. We're basically like
we are a laptop. Joel Horner, Cali Death Fest, represent Santa Cruz, California, put in this chat that we should take we should put a laptop in our band pick.
Yeah, see, that's a diss in my mind.
We're just us holding the laptop lovingly in between the two of us.
Fucking actually, you know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking like, in my own mind, my laptop is like iconic because it has like a bunch of stickers on it.
I personally don't like a stickered laptop.
No,
I like a clean laptop.
Well, I think laptops are they're like the opposite of
what I like
of a person. So like when you're young, you like want stickers on your shit, and you want like
all
tattoos
over.
And like crazy band shirts and shit, and like posters on your wall.
Yeah.
Right. But with laptops, see, when you get it brand new, you want it really clean. Right. But when it gets really old, put some fucking stickers on it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like your logic.
Yeah, because this thing is like, I don't know, 11 years old, still going strong.
It is. Yeah. So what were some tattoos that you wanted when you were a kid? What were you going to fill out your body with?
Well, I was like hardcore vegan when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I wanted like vegan tattoos when I was like 14.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
Moby?
Like maybe
Moby-esque?
like, I don't know, some lyrics of like a vegan band or something.
Okay, that's
I am
cool.
back to being vegan.
That's
so
cool.
I'm not like hating on veganism. I'm just saying like that's, I
You're
was
saying that in your
I probably would have.
in your immature mind.
And I probably would have had like my lip pierced or something.
Oh, dude.
You know?
I would have just been pierced.
Actually, you know what?
Up and
Okay, so
down.
beyond that, when I was pretty young, I was way into Dying Fetus, and I kind of wanted like some of their artwork.
Oh,
Although I think that would be sick.
That would be sick.
And then another tattoo that I wanted was the butchered at birth like baby.
Oh wow.
But I was like, that would be kind of sick too. You know what I'm saying?
That would be sick. You of course have to get the right artists to do that, because if there's one like error in the art, then you're gonna regret it forever.
Yeah.
If there's one misstep, the face is a little off or something, I'm talking thousands and thousands of dollars for that.
No, but I mean, we in the metal scene and stuff, like you always know good tattoo artists.
That's true.
Like all my friends had a lot of tattoos, and they went to really sick dudes. So
Yeah. That guy that Romeo Lacoste that tattooed your arm.
yeah.
Super famous tattoo artist now.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I randomly went to his Instagram like a couple days ago. Well, I don't know. It's probably a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's got pictures with him with every, like, celebrities that I don't even know who they are, because it's like some kid with pink hair or whatever. You know what
It's
I mean?
like a new guy. It's like a new, I'm realizing.
Like, I'm out of it,
Me too.
I'm out of it.
I realized a few days ago.
Old.
Well, not a few days ago, kind of a few years ago, that I just am not as in touch with pop culture as I once was.
No, not at all. I'm not in touch with it at all.
Yeah. As far as young, hot starlets go,
No.
I have no idea.
Like, I know that there's someone named Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
And I know that she is, like, fashionable. But I don't know what it's a she, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what she looks like. I've never heard the music.
You definitely know what she looks like.
Definitely not.
have only heard like snippets of the music.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess with
good.
like
it's good.
because I actually used to listen to the radio more when I was younger, just because there wasn't Spotify, and you'd be like, all right, I'm tired of my CDs, so I'm just gonna like throw on Wild 94.9 or whatever, you know, like just listen to some jams.
Totally.
So I'd like know what was up with the current songs, but I have Spotify now. I don't listen to the radio, and it's all just catered to shit that I'm into.
I know, it's recommending music for me based on my personal interests. So
how the fuck am I going to know about some stupid, like, I don't have to go listen to dumb top 40 anymore.
Well, not all top 40 is dumb, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. Well, some of it's good, but it's usually pretty dumb. The Weeknd is
still killing it, and I love The Weeknd.
Actually, The Weeknd came up today on my Spotify.
I was hip to The Weeknd years before anyone had ever heard of The Weeknd.
That is true. Cheney has a knack for finding talent before
I should
anybody
be a
else
manager.
knows about it.
That is true, right?
Yeah.
Kilo Quiche I've been listening to for like 5 years. Yep. And your brother was up here the other day and he's like, oh, have you heard that Kilo Quiche and so-and-so song? And I was like, what?
Offended.
Someone else? No, I wasn't offended. I was like, someone else knows who Kilo Quiche
how dare
is? What?
That's amazing.
How dare you listen to my artist?
Oh, so you were just amazed that he knew who she was?
Yeah, I was amazed. I didn't, because I started listening to her when she was, no one knows who that is.
Yeah, okay, so who else has that happened to with?
Lady Gaga.
Damn.
Eddie, my best friend on earth, and I were hip to Lady Gaga years and years before she came. It was probably 2 years before she really hit with that Akon. Just Dance.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Before that, that was the first hit.
Before that was on the radio.
See, I know all those songs, you know, because I listened to the radio at that time.
Yeah, for
and I
sure.
used to go bowling, and they would.
But actually, that first Lady Gaga album, I'm only saying first because I haven't jammed any of her other albums as hard as I jammed that one. The Fame Monster. That's a really good album.
Is it?
And that was like killing. That was all that a lot of people listened to in like 2009.
Yeah, no, totally.
That album is really good front to back. It's got like the Don't Call My Name. It's got Paparazzi, all the Lady Gaga hits.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite album, actually.
That was like back when she was wearing meat and stuff. You know, when she was like, when there was like a mystery to her. Yeah, when she was a bit mysterious back in the day. True. We lost like so many listeners when we started, or we lost like 8 people when we went into the Lady Gaga
talk.
I'm
getting the fuck out of here, dude.
Over it.
All right. Well, we should have acted like we've never even heard Lady Gaga. Like how I'd never heard Billie Eilish.
Lady Gaga, never heard of her.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I wonder if you asked like, you know, some super black metal band, you know?
Yeah.
They'd have to say they'd never heard. They can't like be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, you know? They have to say like, we've never heard of it. Right?
I don't know.
Like
I doubt
if a super hardcore black metal band, I feel like if they've heard of Lady Gaga, that's that. Deal's over.
Depends on who's the person watching what they're saying. If they say it and I'm listening, I'd be like, that's sick. Cool.
Yeah, I know, but you're not a black metal elitist.
True.
Like me.
Oh yeah, what are your favorite black metal bands then?
Leviathan is super sick. I've been listening to that a little bit. That's like a San Francisco one-man.
Oh yeah, that's really sick.
Really sick.
Really
cool
sick.
Merch. Not gonna
Very
lie,
cool merch.
I'm 50% into black metal because I want some black metal merch.
I feel like
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell the truth. I don't care. Whatever.
I mean, black metal merch is really sick.
Yeah.
That is a part of the cool thing about it is the aesthetic. Musically, black metal is great too.
Yeah, I know, and I never really got the whole like raw black metal thing until recent. You know, like I've got a good friend who's way into it.
Yeah.
And we were on a work trip together out of town. He was just kind of getting me up to speed on some stuff. It's pretty sick, dude. But I've been gravitating towards more like raw kind of stuff.
Raw production.
Yeah, like stuff that's like not progressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hardcore.
Like just kick a progressive dude in the nuts. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just don't want to hear all that like nerdy stuff.
I feel
you. Know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
Like nerds exist in every genre. I'm a nerd for sure. Sometimes I want to act like I'm not.
I personally love progressive music.
Yeah.
You do too. I mean, I don't
too.
know why you're putting on this front. You just are lately only into...
No, I'm not. This is not a front, dude. This is the real me. Dude. I'm not into progressive music.
Elitist.
Straight up.
That's why I write such weird music.
I was freaking out.
Maybe
though,
it'd be better for you if you weren't into progressive music.
It probably would be. It probably would be. Probably be way bigger in a way bigger band. But I was
true. It's like the further you get into progressive, the more progressive music one listens to, the more the monetary
it's like
train
a direct
of money
inverse
goes.
chart. We should make those charts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn, both the cats are roaming in here like, what up, dude?
They're like, they want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
so we got a kitten.
Yeah, we have another cat.
We got a kitten during
he's like
a few weeks ago, and he is mercilessly attacking our older cat, even though we got him so that he would be her friend.
Yeah, I know. We were like, she looks lonely. Let's get her a friend.
Yeah.
And then we get him, and he's like the size of like a rat, right? You know? And then
a small rat.
Yeah.
I've seen
I've seen rats so bigger in small,
Paris.
And then he's like, oh, you know what's a good idea for me? To straight up attack a full-grown cat. And that's all that he's been doing for... How long have we had him for?
We've had him a little over a month at this point.
So yeah, he's a little bigger now, but yeah, pretty much his goal is to destroy our other cat.
Have you seen that? Sorry, this is coming.
Jenny, if you do that one more time, I'm going to smash that iPad.
Okay, so have you seen the cat moshing video set to Destroy Everything by Hatebreed?
No?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
It's like cats. It's a whole music video of cats, and it's set to Destroy Everything by Hatebreed.
That's amazing.
Destroy everything.
I don't think I have my screen share set up. Otherwise, I'd pull it up.
Oh, we're getting a few comments in here, so maybe we can react, like, and subscribe to these comments, and then we'll log off because we're doing hour episodes.
Yeah, we're trying to keep them down to an hour, mainly because we're lazy. That's the main reason.
No,
why.
It's really tonight. It's because I'm hungry for dinner.
Yeah,
and I would really like
hungry.
A potato fajita.
We went to the gym today, believe it or not, guys. Okay, we worked up quite an appetite in there. All right, we were burning calories. You know what I'm saying? Doing
burning
burpees.
calories left and right.
You know,
burpees, rows.
Going
I went
hard.
in the sauna.
Yeah, we've been on like a health kick. You know, it'll come around, I guess. I really hope not, though, man. I really hope it won't go the other way. I'm feeling so good.
I know. That is the thing. Is that it's kind of a struggle to get up every day and want to go to the gym and want to, watch what you eat a little, but it makes you feel so good. It makes you feel so good to be healthy.
I know.
And it really affects the rest of you. It affects your mind and your body and your soul, you guys.
I mean,
it really does affect everything, though. And it's crazy once you get on the health train. When you start realizing how much it actually affects how easy it is to wake up in the morning, how much better your brain is functioning, how much easier it is to go to sleep at night, how much better it makes you feel throughout the day.
Yeah. Just one good thing leads to another.
It's true.
I think we we did our little motivational thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling really good still.
Same.
I'm loving it. Also, you come to a spot, what's sick with the healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you don't even have to think about it. You're just like, whatever, I'm doing this.
Yeah, it's just what you do. You've trained yourself. Well, I think it takes 13 days or something in the studies to build a habit.
There we go.
So if you do something for 13 days in a row, it starts to become ingrained in your daily routine, and it's easier to keep it going. So there was a time 2 years ago where we both were waking up at 5:30 every morning and going to the gym and going to bed at like 10:30, 11 at night. And then we were doing that at home. And because we had been doing it for so long at home, it was easy to take on tour and continue, maintain. But yeah.
But once you start slipping, dude, then it's just a fucking downhill.
It's a fucking slippery slope. Yeah.
But anyway, we're both feeling good. We're feeling like inspired, really. Physically, mentally, we're working on the album still. It's not like we're working on the album like all day, every day, because, we work. We do a lot of stuff. But we are getting shit done, starting to see the end in sight.
Yeah, I can see just like you said, I can see the end coming.
I can see it coming.
We're on
I can see it.
Not a rough deadline, a soft deadline right now. So yeah, and I'm feeling really good about it. I listen to what we have every day at the gym. It's awesome.
So we have a question. How many tracks are on the album, Cheney?
There are 9 tracks on the album.
Yeah. But
unless someone tells us that we have to put more on there.
And then we're going to cut one of them in half and say, there it is. There's the 10th track. But yeah, they flow together. It's not really.
Yeah, the album is made to flow together.
It's more of an experience. I'm sitting over here hating on it, progressive music. And then I made like a concept album that like flows together the whole thing. So everybody knows that I'm just talking shit though. So
yeah, unless they haven't tuned into the pod.
Oh,
the good old pod before. Yeah.
Dude, serious.
All right, let's go through and see if there are any questions.
Behemoth has heard of Bieber though. I feel like I wish that they haven't though. It would be way sicker if they were like, we don't know who that is. You know what I mean? I'd be like, dang, these guys are super legit. Super brutal.
Rob MacArthur says, have you guys checked out the new first Fragment single Pantheon? Have you?
I've not heard it. No, I don't know who that is.
I have not heard that either.
But we will have to do that. Hopefully it's not progressive, and then I'll listen to it.
Austin Spreadbury says, I can't stop going through that new Turnstile EP. Too damn good.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we watch like a little documentary on them?
Yeah, we watched like a noisy documentary or something about Turnstile the other night.
Look cool. I don't know. Haven't really checked them out.
Yeah, haven't checked them out.
They're huge.
Yeah, their shows looked pretty cool, pretty rowdy.
Their shows looked really sick, really crazy. A funny thing is, actually right before coronavirus hit, the last show we went to was Terror.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go see Terror again at the same place. Pretty
sick.
Terror
is going to be the second show we'll be seeing. We're going to see BT Bam.
Right. And we're not counting the Under the Freeway.
The Gulch show. Well, that's not like a proper show, there wasn't, I could barely hear the music. So. Surian Nair. I wonder if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, they're having trouble playing the video.
And it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. So.
What happened?
It's chill. It's still working.
Oh, it's still like on there? Yeah, it's still there. Okay.
No, it's still going, I think.
Okay, yeah, it is. I'm opening it really quick. Sorry, this might make noise.
Whoa. I said I'm going to smash that freaking thing.
Okay, I was at a question. Hold on. I can't remember what it was. Damn it. I can't find it. Luke Boysimer says, what are our cats' names? Our cats' names are Shiva and Seagull.
Yeah. So one of them is God, named after God, and the other one is a bird.
He's named Seagull. His full name is Distant Seagull because when he still kind of sounds like a seagull, but when we first got him, he could not muster up a meow.
No,
and he just sounds like a seagull off in the distance.
Yeah, so he got named Distant
So that's his
Seagull.
name.
Okay, we got...
Junior Rosas says, how hard would you say this album slaps?
I'd say it slaps really, really hard because I was going to say this earlier. I've been listening to a lot of music that is heavy and that is slapping. And I had like a panic moment where I was like, oh shit, this is way like I blew it. I didn't make the album heavy. But then I went and listened to it and I wasn't really bummed. I was feeling pretty good. The album is super heavy. So it's super heavy and it really super heavy. Slaps.
Yeah. Super heavy, super progressive, super rock.
So I'm giving it like a slap and then a backhand bitch slap, dude.
Yeah, doubly slaps.
Yeah.
It's like the most of everything that we've done in the most cohesive package, I would say.
I think so.
I think, but who knows what everyone else will think. That's the joy of making a record.
We just make it for the fun of making it, dude.
It's true.
You know, we're artists, so we don't care about anything.
Jordan says, do you guys like Thank You Scientist?
Never heard of it. I never heard of it.
I have heard the band name for a long time. Never have listened to the band. Sorry to let you down.
You're welcome, religious person.
You're welcome, spirit.
Okay. Boo. Although I did think of a new band name last night.
Yeah, what was it?
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Corrupt Science. Dude, isn't that hard?
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
That's hard,
CS. I'm envisioning the marketing scheme now.
I know, dude. I was like, fuck. I already have started a hardcore band.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Cheney to play bass because we're looking for a female bass player.
Backup vocals. Yeah,
you could do. But you know what? I was actually thinking today at the gym of you playing bass in the band.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you'd be like. I just feel like.
Am I getting kicked out of the hardcore band right now?
No. I want you.
You're letting me down on it.
So,
just Snapchat me or something. I'd rather be broken up with.
No, we're looking for a female bassist. You know, because that was kind of like the thing in the '90s hardcore. But I feel like you'd just be too judgmental of the vocalist.
That's really.
You know, I don't think you could like let it slide.
Yeah.
You know. Because I'm probably not on drums, by the way. I think I'm on guitar, just ripping it, dude. But I could just let the drummer do his thing. I don't know if you can.
Dude, you're not gonna be down for the drummer.
Well, no, it's more simple.
There's
it's
no way.
I've already got a couple guys in mind. People are gonna think that I'm serious. I'm halfway serious.
The reality is that we're just going to end up like forming a hypothetical band, and then all of these songs will be on the next Entheos record, or they'll be in purgatory for 20 years.
Or they'll be our theme song. Yeah, that's what happens. We either purgatory it or...
it becomes our theme song.
Well, there is one song that we made for that is... It was this, right? No, it wasn't.
What?
The rock song, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was made for this project. It was made for Entheos, I think. Wasn't it?
I can't remember at this point. Either. I think it was made for a third project that we were starting.
Oh, yeah. It was made.
Because we were starting. There was one point where we were starting an electronic side project, and then we were starting a third band, which was our new rock doom band.
Yeah.
And then we just made that all, we usurped it into Entheos.
Right.
So yeah, there's long story short, so too long didn't read. There's a rock song on the new Entheos record.
Yeah, but also on the next album, there'll probably be a couple like hardcore-ish songs. When Corrupt Science doesn't happen.
Someone said, Seth said, I feel like this new album is going to be Fleshrot #2. And also, how did we feel about Frederick Thorndahl going back to Meshuggah?
I think that's obviously sick as fuck.
Yeah, that's sick. He's the best. But also, we saw Per play in Mexico.
Yeah.
And he is fucking sick.
Yeah, it was really
so,
sick.
I mean, both amazing guitar players.
Yeah. But,
period.
We, shit.
Oh, well, Seth said.
Oh, yeah. The Fleshrot 2 thing. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
It is sort of like that, I guess, because I'm playing guitar and stuff and doing all the leads and
writing
whatnot.
all the music.
So there's definitely that side is harnessed for sure.
Yeah, there are Fleshrot moments for sure.
It's not as like Fleshrot's. I was like, okay, this is 90% death metal and like 10% progressive. That's it. Yeah, this is a little more all over the place.
Well, also
not all over the place, but it's got more influence. It's probably a little more groovy, a little more melodic. Also, though, it's got the super fast shit on there. Trust me.
It really does. We've gone. There's a lot of death metal on the record. But also, in regard to the Fleshrot thing, and this is coming from someone I love, Dementia Dyslexia. I love that record. That is a little more bare bones than the new Entheos is.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't, it's just kind of guitar and, that programmed sax and drums and vocals and bass. Our album.
Damn, thanks, Jenny. Just tearing it down.
No, I'm saying, you know what I mean, though. You know exactly what I mean.
I know.
And the
it's
new
not as many
Entheos,
layers. It's not like it's not thought out in the same way. It's really thought out. It's just not thought out in the same way.
Yeah, whereas the new Entheos is just it's full production. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Full production. It's just more full. There are Flesh Rot-esque riffs, but it's also like there are layers and there's more ambience to the record,
and it's
I would
more
say.
progressive or whatever.
Yeah, and I love that Flesh Rot record though. So
it's funny.
I feel like I did say, hey Naveen, it's time to fucking put some Flesh Rot into Entheos,
Yeah, for sure.
Though I feel like we have a bit before.
A bit, but I think also I was a little scared because I wasn't really up to speed on the drums yet.
Yeah.
Whereas now I've been fucking working on it hard, and so I'm like, yeah, bring it.
There are a lot of super fast, mind-bending parts on this
double bass
album
and all that shit.
I don't think there were any blast beats on Dark Future, right?
There's a couple. But that was like a totally different mindset,
Well, someone up here asked how we feel that Dark Future, that our new album compares to Dark Future.
How does it compare?
Yeah.
It totally smashes it. 100%.
It totally murks it.
It eats it alive, and that's not me bragging, you know what I mean? I'm a pretty honest guy. I'll say when something is not as good.
Yeah.
It's got some of the same. It's different, but I think it's got the more intensity, and it has some of that cool weirdness to it for sure. So
I have to.
It would be like, yeah, this is a good. It makes sense, the progression.
Oh, totally. But I do have to be honest, vocally, there have been parts on our albums in the past where in the studio, I will directly have the dialogue with Naveen. How am I going to do vocals on this part?
Yeah.
And there is not one part of our new album where there's been a question as to what goes there. It's been just, far more finely tuned to be a band.
Whereas on Dark Future, I think we were a little more focused on just making some really crazy, zany music, but not necessarily thinking about there's a metal vocalist that has to go on here. What's Cheney gonna do? And where I'm more so thinking of that. I am thinking that on the new album, but I'm also just listening to a lot more metal. I wasn't listening to a whole lot of metal when we made Dark Future.
Right.
So I was kind of taking everything I was listening to and making it metal, kind of a situation.
I also feel like it draws a lot more from my own personal influences and the type of style that I really am into playing. Because I really like playing I don't know how to say it. I listen to a lot of, post rocky type stuff, and I enjoy doing those kind of vocals. I like doing melodic death metal vocals, a more pitched vocal, as well as doing death metal and other styles of vocal.
Kind of like what you did on Anoop's track.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was kind of jealous when I heard that. I was like, fuck. This sounds so sick.
Yeah, and I hadn't necessarily felt like there was a part of it. I mean, on The World Without Us, which is the second to last track on Dark Future, I busted it out a little. And there have been parts in the past, and I'll do it live, but I feel like we really embraced that side of my vocals on our new stuff.
I mean, totally. And I think
maybe all sides of my vocals on the new stuff.
Well, I think also since we had done a bunch of guest spots and different things, I was more aware of making parts for you to do different types of vocals on.
Yeah.
Not just making whatever and then being like, here, deal with it.
Right.
I had it in mind. And there was a bunch of parts, right, when we were doing the demos for vocals, where I was even like, oh, right here, it's got to go I had it in my head. Or
totally. Which demoing out vocals for this album has been something that we've done that's a lot different than what we've done in the past. Yeah. Because in the past, I've gone in with lyrics and everything ready, and we just do a tracking session without really laying down demos. And it's served us in some ways, but it hasn't always served us, because there will be points where Naveen will tell me, I think this would sound better with like 4 syllables compared to 8 or 9.
Right.
So I'm left cutting down words and things like that, and it doesn't always serve the material. So this time we've gone in and tracked a bunch of like demo vocals, which a lot of it is just not even words, it's just patterns.
Yeah, it's literally just because I'll just think of some random shit and just be like, hey, do this. And now you can go back and fit the lyrics to the demo that we have.
Right, which is also hilarious because we posted a video of me doing demo vocals to a song, and it's on TikTok. And it's gotten like 5 million plays.
Yeah, it's like our most viewed video. It's probably like every video we've ever made combined. Doesn't add. It probably doesn't
add up
like
to that.
Probably throw our Spotify plays in there while you're at it.
Yeah, and I'm not actually saying. I'm saying like some of the things I'm saying are words, and some of them are not, because it's literally us focusing on pattern placement. And we posted it, and there are some comments on there that are like, I can't understand what she's saying. How can anyone like this music? And it's like well, that's because I'm not saying anything.
So there is a discussion going on here in the comments about Limp Bizkit. And
nice.
Sean Lowry says, $3 bill, y'all, Significant Other, or Chocolate Starfish, and Hot Dog Flavored Water. Cheney, which is the best album.
Chocolate Starfish, obviously.
Really?
That's the only one I really listened to.
Oh my God. See,
and I only listened to like half of it.
I'm like 4 years older than Cheney. So it's like everything that I'm into, she's into it too, but like after I wasn't
4
into
years
it anymore.
behind. Yeah.
So I'm like, obviously it's going to be $3 bill, y'all, or Significant Other. It's a choice between those two.
But we saw Limp Bizkit we saw Limp Bizkit in Mexico City. We played a festival with them, and it was pretty fucking dope.
They were the best band on the bill, and mind you, Meshuggah was on the bill.
Yeah,
Kiss was on it. I mean, who else was on it? I don't know. A bunch of fucking huge bands, but I was
every time I died.
I was definitely more into Limp Bizkit than anybody, because they like didn't give a shit. They were like just having hella fun.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was a very much not giving a shit vibe. And our friend got pulled up on stage to sing a song. So
and then
cool.
Delete all Limp Bizkit forever. That's
Stancil.
That's the way to do it. But like I probably would have said that too if I didn't go to this show in Mexico, because like they were just being hella funny and like vamping in the songs. Like they would just like play like one of the parts for like a few minutes,
Yeah.
And Fred Durst would just be saying all kinds of funny shit. He was like, all right, everybody, I left my credit card at the bar back there. It's open bar for everybody. And there's like 50,000 people there,
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if he was just saying that like with the hopes that people like couldn't really hear what he was saying, but
no, it was a joke.
That shit was fucking hilarious. And I kind of took it seriously for a second. I like ran over to the bar and just like see what was going on. Like seeing like over there just giving them up. But it was really fun. And I actually like recalled a bunch of the songs, and I was like, this is sick.
You know what my favorite part of that whole show was?
What?
Getting free mezcal.
Oh yeah. Totally. No, that was really fun. And they had like that was like just one of the best things ever. They had a bunch of pull-up bars.
Oh, it was so fun. We're talking about a show in Mexico City. It's Domination Mexico in Mexico City. It was such a cool experience. Yeah. And we flew down there on the same flight as Alice Cooper. So when we were flying, I was like, okay, we're safe on this flight. Alice Cooper's on it. You know, totally. Nothing's going to happen to Alice Cooper. Not today.
All right, Cheney, I think we should sign off. It's 9:30, and I got to load my van because your boy actually has a session this week. What up?
All right. Let's sign off. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us for the last hour. This has been fun.
Totally. So, yeah, like we said, check out the merch. Links are in the description, I guess you could call it.
We'll probably start going live a little more. So
yeah, we're going to be going live more. Thanks, everybody, for checking in.
Much love, you guys. Have a good week.